Hello, this is Lyle at UltiMAK. Every now and then we get asked if we have a mount for some new model AK. And if it's not something I can locate online right away, I might ask the person to remove and measure the piston tube. And every now and then somebody will try measuring a piston tube and get it wrong. And so this is just to clear things up, show you how to do it to get the correct measurement. So here we go. This happens to be a Yugo M70 or Zastava M70, and we're just going to go to it. First, you have to take the thing down because, of course, you have to remove the carrier to get the piston tube out. Now, some of these levers, there's the half pin and lever to remove the tube. Some of these are extremely tight, like this one. Some are super loose. It just depends on the individual AK. So this one's really tight, so I'm going to use a punch and get it moving. Yep, it still doesn't want to go. All right. Get that half pin portion vertical, and then that'll come right out of there. Now this has the grenade side and the gas shutoff valve. Doesn't mean anything for this purpose. We'll just ignore it. So once that's out, you can see the part that protrudes into the rear sight block here, and all this is under the half pin, this part under the bevel. So if you really want to get a proper measurement, you got to pull it out of the rifle. That way also you have more or less flat surface underneath to measure, so you get a straight line for your tape measure. This one's just a hair over 7.5, and well, that's the way the Yugos are, but regardless, that's how you do it. And please remember this if I ever ask you to measure a gas tube. Anyhow, well, the world calls it a gas tube. I like to call it a piston tube. It doesn't really have anything to do with the gas operation. You can see if you can look down the bore there, it's deeply fluted, so it will dump any residual gas pressure. But anyhow, we won't get into that. And I wanted to go ahead and add this insert here for the AKs with the hinged style dust cover or receiver cover. That'd be the Russian AKSUs. Also known as crank-offs, also known as cranks, or anything that's based on that same idea, instead of the standard rear sight block with the half pin type retention for the piston tube. It's got just a pin sticking forward, and so we'll address that. So when the receiver cover goes down, it levers that pin forward. And so we have to open it up. I'm going to go ahead and take the carrier out because that's necessary to remove the piston tube. So with the cover up in the up position like that, it doesn't always, maybe some designs that it'll force that back, but with this one and some others that I've seen, that's just passive. It'll get forced to the forward position, but now it's kind of stuck because it's got some interference here. So it's fairly normal. Just wanted to bring that up. So I'm going to use a punch. Using the punch, just like that. So knock that pin to the rear, and then the tube comes right out. And again, this is really basic stuff, but if you've never taken your AK apart, or if you're new to AKs, I wanted you to be aware of this. If I ask you to measure the overall length of this. Now this is another Yugo. This is an M92, and so it has a weird length. It's like 6 1/32 inch long, and you'd never be able to tell that if it was in the rifle, and I've already explained why. So that's it for those. Back to the rest of the video. Remember also that the nominal design length for all of our AK optic mounts Here's the one for the Yugo. The nominal design length, if you can get down and look at a level, you can see the difference. The nominal design length is 1/8 inch shorter than what we've deemed as the average piston tube length for that particular class of AKs. There are several reasons for that I won't get into in this video, but if you understand that nominal length 1/8 inch shorter than the original, then you can go on our website and you can look in the product description for each of our mounts, and we give you the length right to the 1,000th, although it doesn't matter, it's to the 1,000th. So that 1/8 difference allows for variations in individual models or individual AKs of the same model even. So the actual difference in reality, when you get the mount, it might be as little as a 1/16 of an inch shorter than the original. It might be up to over a 1/4 inch shorter than the original. All of that is perfectly good. It'll all work just the same. So that covers it. Also remember, we sell some really high quality hats. They're actual embroidery. They are good quality, heavy cotton, and they're adjustable. And we have them available on our website. They're not cheap, but they are the best hats you're going to find anywhere. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.